Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yemini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Tetzaveh. Our Parsha continues to speak about the building and the service of the Mishkan. Hashem tells Moshe that only the purest of olive oils can be used for the daily kindling of the Menorah. Hashem then appoints Aaron and his sons to serve as priests, as Kohanim in the Mishkan, on behalf of the rest of the Jewish people. During their service, the Kohanim must wear 4 special priestly garments: the Michnasayim-underpants, Ketones-a, a large robe, Avnet-a, a belt, and Mitznefes-a, a hat. However, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, would wear 4 extra special garments during his service: the Me'il, a blue sleeveless robe with the lower hem fringed with small golden bells and pomegranate-shaped tassels; the Ephod, an embroidered vest with a gemstone on each shoulder which had the names of each tribe engraved on it; the Choshen, a breastplate with 12 gemstones. On each gemstone had engraved the name of one tribe; the Tzitz, a golden plate inscribed with the name of Hashem, which was attached to his turban. However, a question comes to mind. When the Torah describes the daily korbanos, the daily offerings, it says, "Ve'esakeves hasheni taseh bein harabayim, ki minchas habayker uchniskoi, taseh la reich nichoich isha laHashem." You shall offer the second lamb, the lamb in the afternoon, as the same meal offering as the morning sacrifice, making it a pleasant smell for God. Oilas tamid l'darsechem, Pesach oil made lefnei Hashem asher Ived lechem shama ledaber elecha sham. A continuous offering throughout the generations shall be placed at the entrance of the oil made, the tent of meeting. For it is there that I will meet with you and I will speak with you. However, the next pasuk reiterates this point again. V'na'idayiti shama livnei Yisrael v'nikdash b'chvoidi. And it is there that I will meet the Jewish people and I shall be sanctified by my presence. Why does the Torah, which is usually very concise with its wording, repeat the purpose of the Mishkan multiple times? The famous Maharalmi Prague, in his Sefer, the Gur Aryeh, which is a commentary on Rashi, explains that the reason why the Torah seemingly repeats itself is because the pasuk is talking to 2 different people. He explains that since Moshe was on an extremely lofty level of holiness, he was able to speak directly with Hashem at all times. So the first pasuk is speaking specifically to him. And this is why it says, "Where I will meet with you and I will speak with you." However, the second pasuk is referring to the rest of the Jewish people who needed to prepare before coming before God. And therefore, the pasuk says, "And it is there that I will meet with the Jewish people, and I shall be sanctified by my presence." However, the Lubavitcher Rebbe gives a deeper and more powerful explanation. He explains that the psukim are referring to 2 separate times. The first pasuk is referring to an era when the Mishkan or Beis HaMikdash was standing, a time when there was a continuous fire on the Mizbeach, signaling to the world that God's holiness was present. As the pasuk says, a continuous offering throughout the generations shall be at the entrance of the tent of meeting. For it is there that I will meet with you and I will speak with you. The Lubavitcher Rebbe continues that the second pasuk is referring to an era when the Jewish people are in exile, a time when there is no Mishkan or Beis HaMikdash standing, a generation that cannot see the physical manifestation of God's presence in this world, a time like today. Hashem is telling the Jewish people that even in exile, when His divine presence is concealed, we can still experience His holiness in a physical manner if we create a dwelling place for Him. We can build a dedicated space for Hashem in our lives by learning Torah and following the mitzvahs, keeping the eternal flame alive. This crucial lesson is ever more prevalent during the holiday of Purim. The story of Purim took place after the destruction of the first Beis HaMikdash, when some Jewish people went to a feast thrown by King Achashverosh. This immensely angered Hashem, who then allowed Haman and Russia to plot the demise of the Jewish nation. However, a leader of the Jewish people, Mordechai HaTzadik, did not only keep the flame alive for himself, but rather for the rest of the Jewish nation as well. He took the Jewish community in Shushan and 22,000 children to learn Torah openly in the streets and beg Hashem for mercy. His incredible belief and extraordinary actions changed the fate of the Jewish people from a dire outcome to the most joyous holiday. The lesson of Purim is that no matter the situation, we can always turn to our Father in heaven and ask for salvation. And since we are His children, He will surely rescue us, as He did by Purim with Mordechai and Esther and countless of other times. May we experience the same level of salvation as the Jewish people did in times of King Achashverosh, as the Pasuk says, La Yehudim Haisa'ira V'Simcha V'Sasan V'Yikar, and the Jewish people enjoyed elation, gladness, happiness, and honor. Have a meaningful Shabbos and a happy